circulated list number 2D.
Honourable Speaker, I would like to move the cut motions listed against my name in the circulated list number 2F.
Sir, I would like to move the cut motion listed against my name in the circulated list number 2B.
Asking whether he has moved cut motions.
I moved, yeah.
Anna, so cancel it. Mr. Chandrakant Shetty, did you move for cut motions? No, please cancel your names. The cut motions are before the House. You may start the debate. Now you can press. Carlos, you are starting first.
Yeah.
Thank you. See, let's start.
Honourable Speaker, I rise to support my cut motions and oppose the demands. First, I will speak about transport, which is demand number 13. We have rent a bike and rent a car. While there's a clamor about rent a bike and rent a car, especially rent a car because a lot of accidents are taking place. And I know that there are people, especially the tourists who are bringing their vehicles or using rent a car, are driving very rashly.
Honourable MLA, 1 minute. I would like to please press the button, because if you don't press the button, who have moved the cut motion and who want to speak, I will not allow to speak after that. Please press the button, we'll know and we'll divide the time accordingly. It looks like then we will have 1 hour, you will have 2 hours, he will have 1 hour, whoever pressed. So please press the buttons. Please press the button. There is no customs here. This is only a chair. So please press the buttons who want to speak. Which rule you point out? Please place your rule. Before putting the order, please say the rule.
Rule 290. Please see.
Yeah, what is that?
Please check. Under that rule, I am moving a point of order.
Yeah, okay.
That
What is
please keep some ice. Like Honorable Chief Minister said that he puts ice. You should have ice on your head when you are presiding over this house. Please. Thank you, Speaker sir. Dev bare karu.
Speaker sir, munta tu ani uleda dusra 290 points of order and decision thereof. So, yeah, so a decision is given that all of you all please place before, so that the time can be divided. Please press who want to speak. We will lock, there will be nobody else to speak. We can continue, sorry.
Honourable Speaker, I am speaking on transport, which is demand number 13. I was talking about rent a bike and rent a car. While there is a clamor against the rent a bike and rent a car, there are two things which are happening. Tourists who are coming, we have often seen these people who probably have taken license just previous day or previous week, and they're coming and driving rent-a-car vehicles. This is something which is very dangerous for us and anybody who's around when they are passing by. They drive at breakneck speed, and there is no control over it. My other thing is rent-a-bike. There are people who are also having rent-a-bike, which are private bikes which are being operated. Similarly, private cars are being operated as a rent-a-car. There is one view that we should not increase them. There's another view that we should increase. If you don't increase, people are unemployed. People are not having source of income. Some have bought by taking loans, vehicles, whether two-wheelers or four-wheelers, and they want to earn something out of it. If you deprive them, what happens is when they put up these vehicles in the market and they get caught, sometimes the police know, sometimes the RTO knows, and they get caught, their fines are so high that they cannot pay it. But there are others who are in this business, who have official vehicles and unofficial vehicles, and they are operating, which what I am told, with certain arrangement with these police or with the RTO. This is allowing corruption to go on. I believe that we need to open up the window, because I think from 2022 or 23, there have been no permits being granted, but I think you need to open up for the people, especially our Goan people, who need to have this as a source of income, a legitimate source of income. It will not be something illegal. There's another thing which I've noticed. We are seeing a lot of accidents which are taking place. And, Honorable Speaker, mostly, you see the vehicles have turned turtle, or they have gone and hit somewhere. Either they could be drunk, either they may be exhausted after having partied so much, but they think they can still drive, and then they come and make these accidents, which are sometimes dangerous for other vehicle passing by, pedestrians, or even people in the middle of the road, because they've even hit poles and pavements on the side or the dividers in the middle. So what happens is, I have seen sometimes vehicles, because generally I travel at not more than 60, unless extremely something is necessary. But when I notice that vehicles, renter vehicles are overtaking me at breakneck speed, how is it possible? Even if I'm touching 80, they are overtaking me. The speed limit can be of 80, which is a speed governor. So they have actually put a speed governor, but they're not implementing the speed governor. That means they have disconnected the speed governor, and no one is bothered to control it, no one is bothered to check it. If these speed governors are checked regularly by a surprise check, I can assure you we will have a reduction of accidents or these mishaps which are happening with these vehicles. Tourist taxi. Honorable Speaker, you would remember during the Congress regime, there was a tourist taxi scheme by which subsidy was being given for people who bought a taxi so that they could generate employment. And I think today, permits are being given not for individuals, but sometimes for multiple persons of multiple people of one family. And this is creating a monopoly, and this is causing deprivation of income and livelihood for others. I think this we cannot allow, and this is how this situation has to happen. So my respectful submission is that if you want to have genuine concerns of the Goans taken into account, it needs to open up the registration, lock, stock and barrel. There's another thing which we are lacking, Honorable Speaker, is the last mile connectivity. Whenever you go, let us say that you arrive even in any place, let us say Kurshare in the night, or let us say if you reach Mapsa in the night. After that, at 10 o'clock, there is nothing except those motorcycle pilots who are waiting for you. There's nothing which takes you into the village, into at least a certain place. I'm not saying take it to your door, but at least to certain places, there's nothing which happens. So we need to strengthen this last mile connectivity, because this will allow movement of people in a safe manner and in a reliable manner and at a cheaper cost. If you start it, and if there is assurance that there is vehicle, people will come, people will use. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult. I remember when there used to be a ferry boat in Kortali, people would take sometimes the last bus and go across, either this way or that way. But they knew what was the last bus and which trip it would come. Now, motorcycle pilots, we have motorcycle pilots, and the rule is they have a certain area which they are permitted to operate, so they calculate how many motorcycle pilots. Today, some people in the villages operate motorcycles as motorcycle pilots without actually registering them as motorcycle taxis. Why is that happening? Because they are wanting to register, they are wanting to have that kind of a permit, but they are not getting because of this situation that space is there. Only it allows 4 taxis, motorcycle taxis, or maybe 6, and you can't add it. As you remember, tourist taxis operated from home. They don't have a stand. Actually, they don't have a stand. Yellow black taxis have a stand. So why don't you allow motorcycle pilots to operate from their home? Because motorcycle pilot would be somebody who's my neighbor, someone whom I know, someone whom the people in the ward know, and we can rely safely on it. Unlike an unknown person, I reach the market and I don't know from where he is. So it becomes less. In a village may be different, but when you reach a city, you don't know who is who. And we have had instances of certain motorcycle pilots, especially in Panchayats, misbehaving. And there was even a case where a foreigner was assaulted by a motorcycle pilot, if you remember that snake catcher. And then finally that case went on. But what I'm pointing out is there is a kind of a security which you get if you allow this to happen. As far as...
Continue, Mr. Kalu.
No, he says...
Please continue. No, that's okay. He'll tell you afterwards. You please continue.
KTC buses. Now KTC, my respectful submission, Honorable Speaker, KTC should be wound up. KTC is not doing any good service for us. After implementation of the EV buses, KTC has been just going downhill. We are not getting buses on time. We don't get buses which are being operated. I don't know if the government is aware of it, but Honorable Speaker, I want to just point out, showing one chart. I'm just giving this chart which will show December schedule of and January schedule of EV buses. I'll give an extra copy, just pass. Six, 1612, bus going from Panjim to Mopa, not operated, 2 trips not operated, reason is lack of vehicle. Just see lack of vehicle, every time lack of vehicle. Why I'm complaining is, we are also having buses which are supposed to be coming to, look at number 5, the last one, Panjim, Pomburpa, Mapsa, Aldana, Ambade, that is in my constituency. Trips, 2 trips, not operated, lack of vehicle. People are coming, workers are coming, they wait there and suddenly there's no bus because it is not being operated. Lack of vehicle, first is lack of vehicle. Then look down there, there's something known as 9 meter, there's a 12 meter and 9 meter. Driver not available. I have got completely with me schedules which shows that buses which were operating in Sankali and all other places were not operating because of non-availability of the driver, or they are not operating because of non-availability of the vehicle. How can we rely on these people if they are not operating a service properly? When we had diesel buses, it was working excellently, and the diesel buses went to all the places. You may say that pollution, yes, you can always control pollution, you can make sure they're cleaned up. If they're serviced regularly, there won't be a pollution. But we can't suffer like this. People, especially the elderly, they go to Mapsa, they go to the market, they come back, and they need to come back to Aldana, to Karana, and then they don't have a bus. They're waiting there for hours. Family is worried. Something has happened. What has happened? Then other thing I want to point out is that while they are supposed, the EV operator is supposed to provide a bus and operate, have a driver and even do maintenance, they suddenly cancel the bus and say, because there's no driver, driver's gone for a wedding, so there is no bus. The conductor is of KTC, but the cost which we are paying is very high. We are paying 75.87 rupees per kilometer, and I'm told that also has been increased. Does it justify for non-performance or underperformance, this rate and now increasing? There's another thing which I'm told, I've not gone on the EV buses yet, but passengers have complained to me, there's a 12-meter EV bus. If you sit at the back, I'm told, Honorable Speaker, that bus vibrates and makes a huge noise. So it's unbearable, so nobody wants to sit at the back. And the vibration is so bad that it really vibrates your body too much. I think we need to review this and stop this kind of EV buses and restore those old buses, and especially have the mini buses. We don't need EV mini buses. We want small buses, the mini buses, because our villages can't have those big 12-meter buses which can't turn, which can't rotate over there and come back, and then this is a big problem. As far as Panchayats is concerned, demand number 31, I've already mentioned, but this is because it's a specific day for demands. The CAG report number 3 of 2023-24 noted that in 2023-24, Finance Commission recommended basic grant of rupees 58 crores and 30 crores to Panchayat Raj institutions and urban local bodies, and the state governments did not receive any grants for 23-24 for PRIs, that is Panchayat Raj, and the urban local bodies. It also states that similar grants pertaining to health and family welfare grants of 32.2 crores recommended by 15 Finance Commission for the year 23-24 was not released. What steps has the government of Goa undertaken to get this money? The default on the part of the government of Goa seems to be chronic. Why is it? Because the central government has withheld approximately 168 crores in the 15 Finance Commission grants to the village panchayats for failure to submit utilization certificate and audit reports. So 0 grants were released for 23-24, 24-25 and 25-26, where allocation were made for panchayats of 58, 62 and 61 crores respectively. Another thing is garbage grants were stopped for panchayats for 24-25. I don't know, because I have seen that now they seem to be moving to having a platform and having one operator. Now with this confusion of DRS, I think the garbage grants were stopped with an intention of choking the panchayats and saying, you're not doing the work and therefore we need to do it. I think there's some racket going on. The Honorable Minister may not be aware, may be aware, I don't know, but please look into it because we can't allow the state to suffer because of somebody's machinations. The 16th Finance Commission slashed Panchayat funding by more than 50% for the for the 5-year period ending 2030-31. Against allocation of 368 crores for rural bodies, they have marked only 74 crores for the next 5 years. This is very bad, and it has to be something administratively wrong, because you should have been able to put up a case, you should have been able to defend, you should have asked for more, you could have got less, but you can't get less than what you got last year. So there is some administrative lapse, and I think you better review this mechanism and see this, because people should not be paid there to sit there, warm the benches, and the state runs in a loss. The entire blame will come on the ministry, and minister will have to answer for it, because finally you are responsible. State Finance Commission, I don't know whether the State Finance Commission now has been appointed, because the term of the previous State Finance Commission has expired. They've already submitted the report and the tenure is over. They submitted a report to the government has placed it before the cabinet, but the government after that has only placed before the House action taken report of items which the cabinet approved. You have to place the entire report with the action taken report before the House in accordance with the provision of the Constitution of India, Article 243(1)(4). That's what is the provision of the Constitution. So why is the government not placing it? Is it an administrative lapse? Is it that the government was not advised about it? Or is it that the government is scared to place that table before the floor of the House? Then the other one is about SBM Gramin scheme. The SBM Gramin scheme, my respectful submission, Honorable Speaker, is another fraud. Another 5 minutes and I'll finish. Is another fraud. Why I say this? Because without assessing the need of the panchayats for what kind of equipment they can take, what kind of equipment they can use, and what finally they end up using, the bulk orders were placed, and orders were placed for baling machines, OWC composter, organic waste shredder, plastic shredder, incinerator, waste segregator, oil barrel at over-inflated rates. All you have to do is open the internet and just type it, and you will find in the ordinary market, without even asking for bulk quantity, on ordinary rates, it is even less than what is at what rate the government of Goa has purchased. Someone has played mischief, and there is a great fraud in this purchase, and I think the minister needs to order an inquiry into this to see how it has happened. Also, machineries which were not needed were sent to panchayat, some panchayats sent it back, and this is the way it was going on. Afterwards, it becomes validity is over, guarantees are over, then they will not be serviced. And then what happens? Where is the servicing? They go for replacement. I think we need to stop this kind of thing which is happening. Finally, I will talk on industries. The government should place on the floor of the House what are the industries which have come in, new industry which have come in. It's not someone sold an industry and somebody else came in his place. What are the new industries which have come, whether in industrial estates or other places, which are generating employment for our locals? Finally, industrial estates are being made to generate local employment. But what we are finding is that other companies are coming here and setting up these industries, and they end up in not doing any service for Goans. Our people are totally left in the lurch, and if at all they take them and something happens, they start transferring them out of Goa. I think this kind of thing, government has to come down heavily on them.
Yes. Honorable Member.
Just last I'm finishing. IPB. IPB is also being under the Industries Department. After clearing so many projects, the question comes, how many job employment? I am seeing IPB proposals which are being made by A, getting it cleared, and the project is being sold to B. This is nothing like a brokerage or like a real estate company. So I think we need to stop this kind of project clearance to IPB if it happens like this. If you don't set up your company, withdraw the permissions which you are given. I think we need to stop this once and for all. I'm obliged, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Member Jita Ulkar.